Hi everybody, it's Liz, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Permission Project and what you might be seeing going on my Facebook page, maybe on my Instagram, what my mom is asking me, why are there so many pictures that are half naked, Liz? Sorry Mom, I love you. And I want to just talk about a little bit about this art piece that I am so honored to work on, where it comes from, and what I'm thinking. So, I have had the extreme honor, life-changing honor, of being able to, for the last 2+ years now, dance every couple of days with some incredibly courageous women in Boulder in something that we call sensual embodied dance, which comes from S Factor, which is a process and a way of expressing authentic body truth. We connect it to our erotic bodies, but it's also your emotional body, and it's about showing up and not having a plan and not thinking and letting your body share the stories that are in here. And through witnessing other women dance and share what their bodies have to say, I have been so profoundly impacted. It has changed my life and changed what I think it means to be a woman. And one of the biggest revelations that I have learned for myself, and I'm still processing, in fact, yesterday I had a big breakdown about this, is we women are feeling creatures. Feeling is our superpower. Our capacity to feel is our superpower. It's what allows us to form relationships and bonds and families and marriages and communities. We feel. And most of us, including myself, have learned long ago, for whatever reason, trauma or school, or like just because you didn't think men liked it, or who knows, to shut down a lot of our feelings. And for me, I have learned that I feel like I have so much aliveness and feeling in my body that it's almost uncomfortable, and always has been, to be me. And so I try to find people to love, like, please let me love you, or projects to create, let me do this business, let me make this art piece. And it can be frantic, and it can also be incredible. I love loving, I love creating, but part of it is like being okay with how much feeling is happening. It's a process of listening, and it's a process of sort of like letting be what is there. And so from watching my friends move and moving myself, I started to feel like I really wanted to share what I was seeing, because a couple of years ago, I got this really strong message. This is a really personal video now, that I was here. Part of my mission on earth was to help reclaim just even a small part of the world for women. And I have always been a poet, and I've always loved visual arts. I painted. I'm learning to be a photographer. Thank you, Julie, who I'll talk about in this video. And so I wanted to somehow capture the authentic beauty I was seeing every week. And so it started as erotic, because that's kind of like where dance starts. And I also was looking to do something that was about really reclaiming our feeling state as a woman. And part of that is being sensual. And sensual has become such a cheesy term, I think, in our society. In some ways, we're like, you want to be sensual, so you like get a sparkly bra and like, I don't know, like make a bubble bath with rose petals. All that's great. Or like, I don't know, you just, it's become sort of like smaller than it needs to be. And also it's really hard to go from being like a mom walking around running your business and changing your kids' diapers, to being like in this sensual feeling state. So I wanted to start to be able to create experiences, I couldn't quite put my finger on it, that captured what does authentic body expression and authentic like pleasure in the body look like. And that could be like erotic or sensual, or it could just be like the pleasure of like being with other people, laughing, the sun hitting you. I wanted to expand what sensual even meant and what pleasure could feel like. And so we started doing, Julie and I, photo shoots, and just gathering up handfuls of friends or whoever would show up and be courageous enough. And sometimes I'd model with them to express something or to encourage people. And sometimes I'm learning now to take pictures. I'm working with Julie Harris Chatham, who is transcendent genius and courageous and really wants to change women's self-conception of what beautiful is. And you can follow her at Julie Harris Photography or her amazing Instagram, In Your Room with Julie. And so we started doing photo shoots, and we moved through sensual. We started working on relationships between women, relationships with between women and men, and we started, partially because of some things that have gone in my personal life that have been really challenging, to capture a wider range of emotions. Like, what does it look like to be really angry or sad? Or like, what does it look like when like nothing is going your way? Or like, what do subtle things look like? Like, you've been disagreeing with your husband all day and you're not getting anywhere. And like, what does that look like? Or like, you love your kids so much, but like you put them to bed and like you want to die of exhaustion, and you wonder like how you're in this, how you can keep being in this. Like, what do those things look like? And of course, what does joy look like? What is friendship? What is like attraction? I mean, I have so many more ideas I'm trying to capture and bring to bear. So Julie and I have created these experiences where people will bring us ideas, or sometimes I'll have an idea and we just capture what happens. And I've been pairing those images with poems that I write. I hope one day maybe even to solicit other people's poetry, but to sort of add an extra emotional dimension to the photograph. Sometimes the photos, I really actually feel like the poem doesn't need to be there. The photos stand for themselves. But I call myself Permissionary, because that's the Instagram handle I could get, and it's the Permission Project. But for me, it's about being just a little bit, one teeny tiny step ahead so that other women can come and stand in their truth. So the Permission Project is about radical expression, radical acceptance for full feminine self-expression in all that means, because women, we've got capacity for all of it, and the more we accept and show that and allow it to come out, the more I feel like we can be in our power, be better mothers, better creators, accept ourselves more, love our kids better, create more. The more we can be at peace with the full feeling creatures that we are. It's a core passion of mine. Got a lot of feelings and I want to share them. So, excuse me. So that is what I've been working on, and I'd love if you want to come play with me and the Permission Project. I'm learning to photograph. Sometimes I model too. We create experiences that feel really safe so that your body can just say what it has to say. You don't have to think about it in advance. Come as you are, play with us, and that's what we got. So thank you for listening.